icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
You are listening to WTIM, your information station, and this is time for our WTIM morning show. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. In studio, we have Larry Peterson, owner of the Pack and Ship Center in Taylorville. Larry, how are you this morning?
Hey, I'm doing fine. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're lucky to get you in, especially during the busy months.
That's right. We're busy already on Monday morning.
Oh my gosh. And I don't doubt that one bit. You guys are an institution here in Taylorville. Over 20 years about you guys have been here. And I don't know enough about Pack and Ship. Well, what's your elevator pitch to people out there that might not know about you?
Well, I tell you, it's people always need to ship. I mean,
Sure.
It used to be the only place to ship would be the post office, and then came FedEx, then UPS and DHL.
Yeah.
So, but the real issue in a small town is who packs. Anybody can take a package that's already done and take it to the post office or another shipping outlet. But how do you pack an item so it arrives safely?
Absolutely.
And that's our pitch.
That's one of my, that's the biggest problem when I'm going to ship something out there. And I often just don't. I just wait till the next time I see the person here. But I didn't know about Pack and Ship Center in Taylorville. So this is awesome. We got Larry Peterson, their owner, in studio with us. So tell us a little about the history of this Pack and Ship here, a division of a company.
Yeah, we actually started in Taylorville in the 70s as our parent company is Domino Engineering. It was a manufacturing company, and that sort of evolved over the time to where we were shipping all across the country, and friends would say, can you ship this for me? Can you do this? And so sure, we're shipping every day anyway. So the little division started up, and the manufacturing business closed down a couple of years ago due to COVID and stuff. So we enhanced our pack and ship. And so now we ship for 5 different auction companies.
Okay.
People order online, some from our local and regional auction companies, and they bring the items, or I pick up the items from those companies, and we ship those all across the United States.
Wow, that's a big help there. I didn't know about the auction of it all. That's becoming a pretty popular thing. It's probably been a pretty popular thing.
Well, a lot of people are collectors,
Yeah.
so they're scouring the internet for any type of auction, and if they find the item at their best price, then they're going to want to ship. They're not going to want to drive from North Carolina to get some coins necessarily.
Sure. Yeah. So now we're here in 2024. Not much has changed on your operational side since what you've been kind of describing.
Right. You know, the only thing that might have changed is our services to where, you know, trade and shipping has become more international. And so it's not unusual for us to get packages to ship overseas, whether it's documents or certain personal items for people. And so we have a service through DHL, another common carrier or a common a person to take the packages. And so we do a fair amount in the region, being able to package up their items or get the right labels on the package.
Cool. Before we go any further, where can we find you guys out in the community?
Yeah, we're on the west side of Taylorville. We say if you're going out on Spresser Street around the curve from Ace Hardware, the fairgrounds, we're 2 buildings to the north of John Deere.
Perfect. All right. I'm with you. And
Yeah,
not too far of a drive right there.
No, it's good.
That is awesome right there. So let's talk a little bit about some of the challenges you are overcoming right now. Is expensive. Shipping stuff is expensive. And I feel like it's grown over the
that's
years.
probably the most common question. People know they got to get their packages to where they're going. So sometimes cost, shouldn't say it's not a factor, but sometimes it's a shock, especially maybe at Christmas time. We always tell people it's not just the weight of your package. You notice if you're going to the post office, they're going to be tape measuring your package. It's the size and the weight, and then of course how fast you want it to get there. The faster, the more expensive it's going to be, and then where it's going.
Yeah.
What zip code are you going to?
Sure. I'm thinking of like large, light items that'll just be annoying, like a bean bag or something. I'm sure you got plenty of those that are just weird to ship, especially this time of year.
Oh yeah, it's unusual. Some people, if they order a large item and they have to ship it back themselves, and it's in it's like say bean bag or pillows. Yeah. The box size itself is going to rate it up into the $60, $70, $80. And they go, oh, it only cost me $20 to ship here.
Sure.
Well, they had negotiated a better deal shipping than what you can ship it back.
Absolutely. And on a completely different end of the spectrum here, when we're talking Amazons, and that's a different pack and ship facility in itself right there. But you guys take returns. Does that need to be repacked?
Right. A lot of people, we get a lot of packages actually for a town of this size, anywhere from 20 to 30, probably this time of year, maybe even more than 30 packages a day. You don't like the item from Amazon, you get, if you're Prime, it's free returns. And so all you have to do is bring your item in. There is a little caveat though, because when you do the paperwork, it says free. They give you the old square code or, and we can't take the square code. It has to be a UPS facility. And so the closest one is Springfield. So who wants to drive to Springfield just to return a package?
No.
It's hard enough the way it is. So we created a sheet that says how you can convert basically your return order to where you can get that label. Everybody's familiar with the old labels on the packages. We have to have the label so we can scan those labels into our system. But it's still free unless you want us to print the label.
Okay, perfect. You guys will help out with printing labels and any type of thing.
We spend a lot of time with our customers just helping them get it off their phone, how to get that label.
Sure. I'm 23 years old, Larry. I don't do a lot of shipping. I don't mail a lot of letters in my day. Do you find do people come in asking questions that might seem just a little bit easy of a question?
Not really. I think most people say, can you ship let's say we had a case a couple of years ago, said, can I ship a deer head?
Oh, it's a good question.
Well, I go, why would you want to ship a deer head? But the whole idea was the person actually had shot the deer head, lived in California,
okay,
came back home, says, oh, you guys still have that here? I want to ship it out to my home in California. So special packaging,
okay,
to be sure it arrived.
Yeah.
It was a memento for them.
Wow, amazing. Speaking, I mean, are you guys limited to things that can fit inside of a regular UPS type of truck there? Do you guys get trailers? How do you guys go?
Yeah, that's a good question. Of course, there's certain limitations. Sometimes our limitations are not as stringent as the post office on sizes. So we do get referrals from the post office that says, that size, you want to take it out to UPS. So we can do that. But also oversized loads, if it... we can arrange to put your item on a pallet.
Wow.
And arrange a truck to come by. They call that less than load. It's not a full trailer load.
Sure.
And so that service, if you really have to have your item either picked up from Taylorville and shipped out or even delivered to Taylorville, say I bought something from New Jersey, can I get it delivered? And the truck can't come down my residential address. Can I have it delivered out to you?
Sure.
So yeah, basically we like to say about any size.
Oh, that's huge right there. And, connecting with a truck driver, that's something that a normal citizen out there cannot do. So
typically no.
Yeah. Huge advantage there with Pack and Ship Center here in Taylorville. Talk to me more some of these unusual items as we are moving towards the holidays. People are wanting to ship many different things, I'm sure. But what else relevant would people want to know?
Yeah, one of the things we get, especially at this time of year, not only our Christmas gifts, but let's say food items.
Sure.
We can ship food items. You got to be careful how you're going to pack those cookies or the special candies and stuff. But we have the right size box. Or if you have a tin, how do they call us and say, how's it going to get there without crumbling? And we have some techniques or suggest techniques. Most people are pretty careful about it anyway. They want their stuff to arrive safely. But, cookies is a very common thing. But also, you say unusual is, I always think like today on a Monday, it's not going to be unusual for us to have items, whether it's a watch, a camera,
sure,
medicine that people need because their guest had left it at here. So they're coming out and says they need it overnight out in Iowa, or wherever. And so you got to pack it because they need it the next day.
Wow. It's just a 24/7 job, I'm sure, over there, and
it can be
constantly thinking about the people out there. And you spoke on food just briefly there. How about like temperature sensitive food? I will see like coolers, like styrofoam coolers, get delivered, and that's a service that I'm not aware of. But do you guys?
Yes. I mean, in fact, we store different sizes of styrofoam coolers, and we also store. Not dry ice. Dry ice is a little bit harder to come by and a little bit more sensitive to ship. But those little ice gel packs, people donate those. We have those in stock, and so you freeze those. And in a good cooler, you're talking still 3 to 4 days. I wouldn't ship ice cream. We've tried to ship ice cream before, and unfortunately, it didn't make it past Springfield. But if it's a good cooler and you got the ice packs, people hunt. Food items, and whether or not you want to do something special, you want to ship some steaks, why not?
Sure.
we can help you.
Yeah, there are those services out there where you do get steaks from a company like that, or
Yeah.
or you order ice cream and you get soup right there.
Yeah,
You gotta,
exactly.
You gotta
Yeah,
be
yes.
careful. But Larry, we got to take ourselves a break right now, but plenty more to cover in our
Sure.
back half here. Larry Peterson in studio, owner of the Pack and Ship Center in Taylorville. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We'll be back on WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn slightly higher, beans slightly lower, wheat higher. March corn up 1 3/4, 443 3/4. May corn up 1 3/4, 451. July corn 454 1/4, up 1 1/4. January beans up 1/4, 988 1/2. March beans down 1 1/4, 993 3/4. May beans down 2, 1003 1/2. March Chicago wheat up 3 1/2, 555 3/4. May wheat up 3 1/2, 565 3/4. January bean meal up 280, 289 even. January bean oil 41.75, down 86 cents. Livestock market, January feeders 257.27, down 37 cents. December live cattle down a nickel, 193.60. February lean hogs down 2 cents, 85.57. Energy market, January crude oil 71.03, down 26 cents. Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network.
When it comes to eye health, it's nice to know the best is right here at Advanced Eye Care in Taylorville. Dr. Smothers Champley and Dr. Craig's are professionals who've dedicated their lives to helping people see their best year after year. Let them help you with your Christmas shopping. They offer the largest selection of eyewear in the area, including designer non-prescription sunglasses. Choose from Oakley, Ray-Ban, or Nike, or purchase a gift certificate to be used towards an exam, contacts, or glasses. Advanced Eye Care in Taylorville wishes everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
If you're looking to grow your business, the Shelby County Economic Development Corporation is here to help. From keeping local businesses thriving to attracting new investment, they're all about building a brighter future for Shelby County. They sponsor job fairs to connect talent with employers and inspire the next generation of entrepreneurs through the Shelby County CEO program. Find out how they can help you. Click their icon now at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. The Shelby County Economic Development Corporation, growing business, growing community.
Hi everyone, Nicole Patrick here, your new local country financial representative at 917 West Bresser in Taylorville. I'm proud to recognize the Tornado student athletes that represent our community by being the exclusive sponsor of the WTIM Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the Game. During Tornado sports broadcasts this school year, WTIM announcers will select a player at the end of each game who will receive a certificate for being named our Player of the Game. Good luck to all the teams this season, and go Tornadoes!
Fall means attending your favorite festivals and bonfires. Taylorville Care Center can help get you back to doing what you want, like attending a local fall festival. Find out more by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Brandy Bruley here, Superintendent of Taylorville Schools. We promote student success because Taylorville schools are A+. Find out everything we can offer your students by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back into WTIM, your information station. This time we're sitting down with Larry Peterson, owner of the Pack and Ship Center here in Taylorville. Thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We learned some Pack and Ship history and some of the inside Pack and Ship as we're getting towards the holiday season here. But tips, let's talk tips from your perspective here, Larry. People considering shopping this holiday season and sending stuff out there.
Sure. Sometimes this is about the only time people will ship is at Christmas time. And yes, shipping can be maybe a little bit more expensive than the olden days. But if you're going to ship, you can always call us to get an estimate, a price, say, oops, that's going to be more than I really wanted to spend. But if you're going to package up something, we always tell people, don't just get any old box that you have laying around the house and fill it with newspaper to keep it from shifting around. You want to pack it as tightly as possible and as small a box as possible. We talked about the shipping cost is based on size as much as the weight. And so we have all sorts of different sizes of boxes, and our boxes are very reasonably priced, $2 to $3 or $4. for a little nice little box, and we'll pack it. If it doesn't, take up very much time, there's no charge for the packing. If it takes grandma's dishes, and you want to ship something that's breakable, there's a little bit of a cost in the packing. But when you pack, we always tell people, don't put that craft paper around the box and tape it up with a lot of tape, or even you see the old-fashioned way of putting strings around it so it doesn't fall apart.
Sure.
Well, the post office and nobody likes that kind of stuff because it's all automated. It's going to get caught in an assembly line, and sure enough, that wrapping's going to come off. So is the label. So where is your item?
Yeah.
It's lost. So we tell people, to be careful how you pack it.
Absolutely. I don't even want to think about the network of packages that move through that automated system. You don't want yours to get lost.
You see them on TV, and it's fast.
It really is fast. Can you compare your operation over there, pack and ship, to something that we see? How much automation happens over there?
No, our automation is really pretty labor intensive.
Wow.
You bring the item in, and we'll find the right size box. We do have a little machine that actually is sort of fascinating to some people. It actually crumples up the paper.
Sure. Wow.
So we peanuts are not as much in favor anymore because they can shift around in a box.
Yeah.
But if an item calls for peanuts to fulfill, we'll do that.
Cool. Awesome. What other kind of things can we get done at Pack and Ship?
I tell you what, we have a variety of services, faxing, laminating, even document destruction.
Sure.
Bring it in, and for 50 cents a pound, we'll protect it until the shred truck comes, and we'll shred your items. So we get a lot of people, at the end of the year or after tax season, bringing in their documents, and you have a nice, safe way of protecting those documents.
Sure. Would you find people coming in a lot to use your printing services out there? Do people have printers at home?
Yeah. Well, printing. If people don't have their printers anymore, again, it's on a return label. We need the label.
Yeah.
Hey, for $3, we'll print your label and download it on our computer right from your cell phone. So it's a nice little service too. We have a little color copier, competitive pricing.
Sure.
So we'll be glad to help you out on those services.
Awesome. This is Larry Peterson, owner of the Pack and Ship Center in Taylorville here, and we're learning all the things we need to. And any other fun stories?
Well, what Christmas time you're talking about it too, and I know you had the police chief on today. You got to be careful with the porch pirates.
Yes.
You can go down on almost any street and see a package on a porch. Yep. And if you were really scared about an item, and we actually had a case where a guy had his engagement ring and he wasn't going to be home when the UPS person was going to deliver it. So he says, Larry, can I have it shipped to you? Then you call me. I said, well, sure. We're always here.
Wow. So
the same thing with the porch pirate. If you really think something's sensitive, give us a call. Say, reroute it to our place. Come pick it up for a couple bucks. You're fine.
Perfect. You guys have storage there, and of course, we trust you guys with the safety on that part. That is a huge service right there, and I'm glad. Right. Is there a phone number that off the top of your head we can call for that? You know what?
We just got a new service for our pack and ship operation. Cool. So let's see if we put it on the yes, 820-5771. 820-5771. You can get a message in case this doesn't answer, but that's the pack and ship number.
Awesome. 820-5771, just so people out there know it. And it's going to be important, especially around this time of year. Christmas, I keep keying in on that, but this is a 24/7, 365 business right here. Is there any other times of year where you see spikes like this?
You know what? Not really, because its business is so much automated with shipping. So there's always somebody that needs something shipped. We'll remind one thing. It's a special service that we're offering now. Once a month, a $25 gift card will be given. So anytime anybody comes in, whether they buy anything or just have a question, you'll get a ticket, and we'll draw it once a month. Perfect. Take all those tickets out, do another one the next month.
Really cool. That is a really awesome one. Larry, we got about a minute and a half right here. When you're talking weight and size for the packages, what is it more of, or is there a formula? If I have if you ever heard of a tungsten cube, it's like 100 pounds, but it's this big. How do you go about it?
It really varies. When the sizes get up into the 16 to 18 inches, be careful, because that's when it jumps up to like a 30-pound weight, we like to say. So even though your item's only 5 pounds, if you got a big box, it's going to be equivalent of a 30-pound box.
That makes sense. All right. With 60 seconds left, Larry, any final words for our listeners out there? What can we get to these people?
No, I think the biggest thing is we have very friendly customer service people, glad to help you with your Amazon returns. That seems to be our most popular item, where people just are a little bit stuck on the automation of how they have to do it. Other people know exactly how to do it, so we're glad to take their package. So come out and ask us any type of questions.
Perfect. Larry, thank you so much for sitting down with us today and getting us all informed.
Okay, sounds great.
Absolutely. That was Larry Peterson, owner of the Pack and Ship Center in Taylorville, at a perfect time in the year to have him. And thanks so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. You can find the stream on Facebook at Taylorville Daily News and on YouTube at WTIM TV. I've been Tim Zalabak. You're listening to WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241